Hey guys, Megan here, and welcome to another book review. Today, I am going to be talking about this. It is book 3 in the Pendragon Adventure series by DJ MacHale. It is called The Never War. So, quick little recap. The last territory we were on was Chloral. Uncle Press was killed, which is sad. I was really sad about that. And apparently St. Dane went to a territory called Velox. So that's where Bobby and Spader are on their way to right now. And the book ends with Mark and Courtney getting a call from this bank basically telling them to come in. And Bobby basically set up a safety deposit box in this, bank and left them a letter as well as his journals. So, we quickly find out that St. Dane did not go to Velox. He just made it look like he went to Velox to try and throw Bobby and Spader off. He went, in reality, to First Earth. Now, I was really excited when we found that out, because I'm like, oh, I wonder what First Earth is going to be like. We know Second Earth is roughly present day for us, so what's First Earth? We find out that First Earth is in 1937. So yes, it is in our past. So Bobby set up a safety deposit box to put his journals that he wrote while he was on First Earth. And he put all of his journals for the story in there. Because we find out that he had his traveler ring, which he uses to transport his journals to Mark and Courtney, stolen by these gangsters from First Earth. Bobby is looking for the turning point with Spader and the traveler from First Earth, who is called Vincent Van Dyke, Gunny, by his friends. So Bobby and Spader are basically staying with Gunny at this hotel he works at. He gets some jobs as bellhops, because what better way to gather information than at a hotel? I just feel the passage of time in this book is handled really well. You know time passes. It's very clearly stated that time passes, and it does say what goes on in that time that passes. But it's not super drawn out, which I like. I hate it when, some time passes in a book and it's just drawn out for page after page. No, that just don't bore me. You can take that out. I'm sorry my synopsis for this isn't that good. They're going to First Earth, which is 1937. They meet up with the traveler from First Earth. They're trying to figure out what's going on. If you don't want spoilers, I suggest you click away now, go read the book or whatever, and come back later. Because, spoiler time. After much effort, Bobby's having a hard time remembering his junior high history lessons, but he vaguely remembers that World War II happens within the next few years. So he's like, oh, maybe the turning point has something to do with World War II. Maybe we're supposed to prevent World War II. Maybe that's the turning point for First Earth. Maybe something happens, within this year or so that triggers the events that cause World War II. So that got him thinking. But no. Later, we find out that the turning point of First Earth is the Hindenburg, which is big, huge Zeppelin blimp that flies across the Atlantic, and when it's coming to New York from as it's coming from Germany to New York, it blows up. It's a big deal, it's a big event in history, and so Bobby's thinking, maybe that's what we're supposed to do. Maybe we're supposed to stop it from blowing up. In all this drama, they've run into St. Dane, there's a mini gangster rivalry going on, so they have to deal with that too. St. Dane is playing both sides of the gangster war. So after events, they decide, okay, we have to go save the Hindenburg. But at the same time, Bobby's like, something doesn't feel right. How are we so sure that changing this big event is going to be what's best for the territory? So Gunny suggests, let's go to Third Earth, which we find out is 3,000 years ahead in the future. And I just love Third Earth. Sounds like a paradise. Basically, the human race is starting to get it right. They have settlements in different areas. They have some colonies in space, under the ocean. Most of humanity has gone underground in these fabulous underground cities. And they let basically the earth on the surface reclaim itself. They let nature reclaim everything. They used most like the materials from like all the buildings and stuff up on the surface. They broke things down, brought them down underground to build down there, and basically nature's taking over up on the surface again. So they meet with a traveler from Third Earth, whose name is Patrick Mack, and he's a teacher on Third Earth, so he has access to like all this cool stuff in the library. And he basically runs a simulation being like, okay, here's what will happen if the Hindenburg does not blow up. And let's just say things are not good. If the Hindenburg doesn't blow up, all this crazy shit happens. Basically the whole entire world will be changed. Not just First Earth, but Second Earth and Third Earth will be affected by this. Which makes sense because they are on the same timeline. They are the same territory but at different points in time. So it makes sense that something that happens on First Earth affects the other two Earth territories. So basically, Bobby is now in a really tight situation. His choices are letting the Hindenburg blow up and killing the... I can't exactly remember the exact number of people, but letting the people on the Hindenburg die, basically. If he lets it blow up, sure, the people on the Hindenburg die. But the sequence of time on the 3 Earth territories goes as is, undisturbed, and the world doesn't go to shit. But if he saves the Hindenburg, he saves the handful of people on there. But he dooms all 3 Earth territories to massive destruction. Not easy. You'd think that would be an easy choice, but he's a good guy. He has a really guilty conscience. So just letting even those handful of people die on the Hindenburg is really hard for him. Basically, when we end the book, Bobby gets the ring back, gets his ring back, which is nice, so he can actually keep communicating with Mark and Courtney. They figure out that at the end of the book, St. Dane is on Velox, so that's where he is going next. And we basically end off with that. Oh, I found that I still absolutely love the series. I am totally gonna keep reading, and I still highly recommend it. It's a really fast read, you know, it may look like a lot to some people. It's like 336 pages, this copy at least, but it goes by really fast. Once you start reading, you will want to keep reading, and it's really good. You won't want to put it down until you're like through with it, and I highly recommend it. I'll see you guys next week. If anyone has any further suggestions for books I should read and review, let me know. So yes. See you guys.